Hey everybody, it's time for the second real life superhero video debut for my rant on terrible, shitty people, current and past events. And I didn't say this in part one, but yeah, the costume of course is actually my first and regular costume for my Douglas Blair Roberts persona, actor, YouTube social media actor persona, which is the skinny jeans sweatsuit, the grayish white skinny jeans sweatsuit with zipper with various colors and variations, and sometimes an actual sweat in tracksuit with the zipper sweat and or jogging pants. Yeah, that's the look with or without. I usually prefer the shades, but sometimes, especially when I'm sick, I'll wear the COVID mask. You see in the part one, you saw the COVID mask around my chin. I have to wear it like that. I have to wear it like that to keep myself from sneezing uncontrollably. Then, when my sinuses and nasal congestion starts bothering me, I have to put it on. So yes, my mask is not only part of the costume, but it's for my health. I needed to breathe without sneezing controllably, but I much prefer the shades. So yeah, and now in the past I did try to wear both the mask and shades, but I hate the way it makes me look. It makes me look like some kind of gangster, and that's not what I'm trying to look like. I'm trying to look like a superhero, rock star, and many more things. So with that being said, with that being said, I'm gonna be using I'm gonna make my way to both Sonic What I'm Made Of and Jeff Hardy's 2012 and 11 theme, similar, I think it's called Similar Creatures, something like that. Yeah, from Impact Wrestling. I'm going to be using that theme. So, with that being said, let's show these people what I'm made of. Let me show you who I am and what I'm here for. Here for. Hey, trying to reach inside me, trying to get my energy. Let me show you just what I'm made of. Simple curiosity, trying to take a bite of me. Let me show you just what I'm made of now.
long until I wrote this down. They're by my side as I write the words that give a damn to anyone who relates. The symptoms hit me well. They're by my side as I know. Together we prevail. I am a dying breed, laying it all on the line. Don't wanna mess with me at any place or time. We are a dying breed, laying it all on the line. Don't wanna mess with the semi-like creatures kind.
Sup people, it's time for the real life superhero results portion of the All Elite Wrestling AEW Revolution 2024 pay-per-view. Sting's farewell match, the end of an era. This is the results review. To see the previous 3 videos before this, the links will be in the description box below, and they'll be uploaded on my various channels with this one, just in case I forget to put them there. Yeah, this is the real life superhero version, if I didn't make that clear earlier. And yeah, this will be the same as the last one you saw, except only this time only 4 matches. The 4 big matches that I felt that will work tuning into this pay-per-view you will see, they will be the ones that I'll be what you call it. Now, of course, was the international championship match between Orange Cassidy, the defending champion, and Roderick Strong. The Sting and Darby Allin versus the Young Bucks main event, Sting's retirement match, the sole reason for ordering this pay-per-view, watching this pay-per-view. Number 3, the TNT Championship match, the weakest of the four, and then the equally great to the other 2 matches I just named before the TNT match, the Will Ospreay's All Elite Wrestling AEW debut against Kocheska of the Don Callis family. These 4 are the main reasons for tuning in to this awesome pay-per-view right here. To this awesome pay-per-view right here. All of my predictions were right. Everyone who I thought was going to win won. Unfortunately, everyone who I wanted to win didn't win, but everyone who I thought was going to win. We started off with Christian Cage and Daniel Garcia for Christian Cage TNT Championship. I wanted Daniel Garcia to beat the living daylights out of Christian Cage and take that belt off of him, because like I said in the previous video, Christian Cage should not be a champion in 2024, and he should not be getting a push in 2024, especially over his stablemates. They don't even get time to shine much. It's just another chance to give Christian a 50-year-old television of times. I wanted Daniel Garcia to take that title from him, a young guy to have the TNT Championship, and Christian goes to have his money-making feud with Edge, and then quietly retire after that. That's what I wanted. But instead, Christian Cage, as I predicted, he was gonna win. He was gonna win, but this was still a good match. Everyone played their roles right. I enjoyed Daniel Garcia, and the crowd was into everything, especially Daniel Garcia's tag team partner. I keep forgetting his name, but he got involved numerous times throughout the match. This was good. Then you had the next match. The next match I'm going to talk about. Then you had Daniel Bryan and Eddie Kingston respect match. If Eddie Kingston won, Daniel Bryan would have to shake his hand. Eddie Kingston managed to upset and defeat Daniel Bryan and to shake his hand at the end. Great match. It was just overshadowed by those big 4 matches, but a great match. And the crowd was highly into this one too. Then you got the Battle Royal. One of the weakest matches, not the Battle Royal, but the multi-man elimination match. They should have did the Battle Royal, the Double or Nothing Battle Royal, the Double or Nothing Battle Royal, the tag team. The tag team Battle Royal they usually do at these pay-per-views. They should have did it here. They should have did it here because this scramble match for a world title match. it wasn't bad, but it was just weak because while yeah, I didn't really care for anyone in this match, and it was missing people to make it more exciting. The people I wanted to win were either Wardlow, Brian Cage, Powerhouse Hobbs, Jericho, or Hooks. But Wardlow, much to my surprise, ended up winning, pinning Dante Martin. Dante Martin and Lance Archer were the other two members of this match. So was a luchador, the worst, Magnus, a new luchador, a new CMLL luchador, who this pissed me off because he beat Matt Sydal, a guy I wanted in this match to watch. Other people like Griff Garrison were nowhere to be seen in this match. So yeah, these usually steal the show, but this one right here was lackluster. But good for Wardlow. Now it's weird because Wardlow is a heel, and he'll be facing Joe, who is also a heel. Timeless Toni Storm with her stablemates defeated Dina Purrazzo. Happy Dina Purrazzo's in AEW. Was sad to see her leave Impact, but happy she's in AEW. Didn't care much for this, but it does suck to see Dina Purrazzo lose. Didn't care for the match or feud though. Then next match, I didn't even know this was advertised. This should have been on the pre-show. The tag team match: Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli, Blackpool Combat Club, taking on Dash Harwood and Wheeler FTR in a great tag team match, and a great tag team match. Crowd was really into this, but it was just weak compared to those big four matches I just were talking about. Then you got the big four matches now. Orange Cassidy, defending international champion, taking on Jon Moxley. Like I said, whenever AEW goes into a decline, and they really haven't went into decline but when something terrible happens in real life that distracts from the awesome on-screen product, AEW one of the saving graces was Orange Cassidy. Not only Orange Cassidy, but Orange Cassidy winning his first major title, and that was the International Championship. Even though I built him as a young guy because he looks young, but dude is actually old. He's 39 years old. He'll be 40 this year. So his time was then, and technically now. Well, Samoa Joe and Alex Shelley did it at 40. Professional wrestler Alex Shelley did it at 40. Did it at 40. Kazarian is almost 50, and he's still a big time title contender. So Orange Cassidy could be a champion at 40, but I think it's too late for Orange Cassidy to ever be a world heavyweight champion. So I'd always cherish this title. These feuds, these matches, these are some of the best things about AEW. But all good things must come to an end. And I predicted Roderick Strong, who's part of the Devil stable and the Undisputed stable, in order to make those stables look strong, and to do a moment where the Devil stable will have all the gold. Orange Cassidy was winning. Roderick Strong was winning this match, and he did. Much to my surprise, fair and square, without much involvement from the other Devil, from Taven and Bennett. Sucks to see Orange Cassidy lose, but I predicted it. Next, Don Callis family member. Don Callis family members match. Will Ospreay's big AEW debut, and it did not disappoint. Super ultra strong style match with too much action to call. Like I said in the previous one, Kocheska, he's grown on me. And this storyline, actually I always liked Kocheska, but this storyline he was involved in, I didn't like Don Callis turning heel. We know why he did it in real life, but the on-screen reason doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for Don Callis to turn heel on someone. It doesn't make Don Callis to turn heel on Kenny Omega, who he's wanted to meet and manage ever since Kenny Omega entered the country. It's been with Kenny Omega for almost a decade, and now somehow you're gonna tell me he's gonna turn on Kenny Omega for an unproven bland Japanese wrestler who can barely cut a promo. Then you got Powerhouse Hobbs, who's better in every other department than Kocheska, but is green and is not that good in the ring. He's still learning. He's getting there. He's at least good enough for a mid-card title, one a TNT International title, one of those, but nowhere near the heavyweight. The heavyweight. Yeah, and you're supposed to. Yeah, Kylie Fletch is good. The other guy is good, and so was Ospreay. But you're supposed to be expecting him to leave. Don Callis would downgrade and betray Omega for those two. Sorry. So yeah, that was Kenny Omega. That was that match. And afterwards, it got more interesting. See, Will Ospreay is part of the Don Callis family, a heel stable, but his appearances here in AEW and Impact a little before this have been babyface-like. So, and at the end, they embrace like babyface. He's part of a heel stable, but he's not acting like a heel. Then you got this Wednesday he's going to be fighting Kylie Fletch. I want to see how that's going to go. So I'm interested in seeing where this weird Don Callis heel babyface stable dynamic goes. Then you got the main event: Sting and Darby Allin taking on the Young Bucks. This was awesome. Sting coming out with his sons. One of his sons is dressed as the Surfer Sting. The other is dressed as the Wolfpack. Then the real Sting comes out after Darby Allin makes his awesome entrance. Then you have the Young Bucks EVP with their cool EVP gimmicks, debuting some even new badass attire than the most recent white attire they've debuted. They have this cool red and black, this mismatched red and black scheme. One of the Young Bucks has red, the other has black. It's awesome. This was a phenomenal match. Everyone played their parts. Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat were involved in this match and got involved. Mixed towards Sting and Darby Allin winning. I didn't want Sting to lose in his final match, but I'm mixed towards him winning. I guess he'll drop the titles this upcoming Dynamite. Or Darby Allin will. I think last Dynamite was Sting's final appearance. I don't know how they're going to do that. I'm interested in seeing how they go. But this was phenomenal, man. This match, and this was the sole reason for tuning into this pay-per-view. So, yeah. This was all elite wrestling. This was this was my results of All Elite Wrestling. To see the previous parts, the links will be in the description box below. These 4 match reviews are coming next. Get ready. Hey everybody, it's now time for my review of the Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia TNT Championship match, real life superhero version. Once always, to see the previous versions, the links will be in the description box below and they'll be uploaded on my channel. Yeah, I don't feel like playing it. I don't feel like replaying the footage in the background, so this will be the first time double there will be no footage in the background. But yeah, this right here was an awesome match to start the show. The other matches, the Eddie Kingston, Daniel Bryan, the Jon Moxley, Claudio FTR match, and the 8 All-Star Scramble had a hard time following this and those other 3 big matches I mentioned earlier in the results portion. This match right here was phenomenal. One thing I loved about this match, like I said in the previous, was that it was where it should be. Christian Cage. I'm sick of fans overrating him, and I'm sick of fans saying that TNT Championship elevated to a main event title. No, it's not. No, he hasn't. It's a mid-card title. As shown on this pay-per-view, it was the opening match. Nowhere near the main event. Nowhere near the main event. Sting's match was the main event. But anyway, Daniel Garcia, I wanted him to win. I wanted him to take that belt from Christian Cage. Christian Cage, like I said in the results portion, at 50 years old, should not be getting this much TV time, should not, and damn sure should not be no champion. Should not be no champion. He should not have any belt. He should not have any belt. His 15 minutes of fame ended in 2021 when he got beat by Omega at All Out 2021. That was the end of Christian Cage. 15 minutes of fame and his 15 minutes of fame and 15 minutes of relevancy. Back of that is irrelevancy. He should have wrestled a bunch of tag team matches with Jungle Boy. Yeah, a bunch of tag team matches with Jungle Boy. Then quickly and quietly retire, or have Jungle Boy turn heel, on sorry about that. Or have Jungle Boy turn heel on him. Sorry, I got distracted. My virus software appeared on the screen and I had to take care of it. Anyway, Jungle Boy turn heel on him and that be the end of his career. Point is, he should not be relevant nowadays. And then he can go have his money-making feud with Edge, which you don't need the TNT Championship. But like, yeah, they want Edge as TNT Championship. Daniel Garcia served as a filler opponent for Christian Cage. Christian Cage. So yeah, Daniel Garcia, he put up a good fight, put up a better fight against Christian Cage. Christian Cage, unless you're surprised, he didn't win this clean. I expected. Knowing the star Christian Cage is and the star Daniel Garcia, they were going to job out Daniel Garcia to Christian Cage, and they did, but Christian didn't beat him fair and square. It took Nick Wayne interfering, and it took a bunch of interference from everyone. Luchasaurus, the Mother, and even Daniel Garcia's opponent got in the ring. They started off with the chain wrestling, then they got to the brawling and high impact maneuvers, then the hijinks, everyone interfering, and the crowd was into all of it, especially Daniel Garcia's partner interfering. Jericho, round of applause for Jericho. He made Daniel Garcia and his partner, Daniel Garcia and I think Uno is the other guy's name, two regular technical wrestlers that I liked but didn't care much for, and transformed them into not only wrestlers but sports entertainers with his inner circle of Appreciation Society stable. And now all of them are on their own doing great things. I was kind of sad and mad when the Appreciation Society ended, but it was a good thing. Everyone is they don't need to be together anymore. Everyone is on their own doing great things. And Daniel Garcia, he didn't win, but he had an impressive showing here. And he's been impressive as of late. But yes, that title is reserved for Edge. Yeah, but I definitely wanted Daniel Garcia to win here, but I knew he wouldn't. That TNT Championship is reserved for Edge. So, yeah. What else? Who's after Christian? So, yeah. So this was my real-life superhero review of Christian Cage. The good was good, but it wasn't worth appearing on camera and sitting down. So, sitting or standing. So, yeah. Now for the next 3 match reviews. Hey everybody, it's now time for my real life superhero review, webcam match review of the International Television Championship match between defending champion Orange Cassidy and representing the Undisputed stable and the Devil stable, Roderick Strong. Yeah, this is one of my all-time favorite matches from this card, and one of the matches I've been tuning into this pay-per-view to see the most. So yeah, I'm going to start the match in the background, and then I'm going to make my grand entrance and continue the match standing.
Orange Cassidy plays. And Ted, as you said, these are the same mind games that Orange Cassidy plays. Robert Strong, we've seen people employ this tactic in the past.
Yeah. You know I love this match. For this review, I chose a costume similar to what Orange Cassidy. For this review, I chose the intro and costume similar to what Orange Cassidy wears. Only it's my style, and what's technically my version of what Sting was wearing in the main event. So
I'm not sure if that was intentional or not.
So yeah, Orange Cassidy. Like I said in the previous webcam review, sitting down on the bed right here. Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy. Whenever AEW goes into a great decline, or there's something in real life that happened that affects what's happening on the screen, one of the most consistent good acts and MVPs of AEW was Orange Cassidy. He was always the saving grace for AEW, and him as international champion was one of the greatest things ever. Awesome feuds, matches. You were guaranteed awesome feuds and matches, but unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, and I predicted it coming into this pay-per-view that Roderick Strong would be the man to take the title off of him. I wanted Orange Cassidy to win, but Roderick Strong would be the one to end it. If I wanted someone to end Orange Cassidy's title reign, it would be someone like Moxley, who actually did end his first one. People like Moxley, people like John Moxley should be the ones to end this title feud, or if they can ever sign him, Okada. That's the people I want to end. Okada and maybe Will Ospreay. These are people who will be great candidates to end the title feud. But I predicted Roderick Strong would do it. Number one, he's part of the Undisputed Devil stable. I guess they want to do a moment where this stable will have every championship. I think that's what they're going for. To further show even more so that they're a force to be reckoned with, especially after their, not going to say disappointing reveal, but their reveal rubbed a bunch of people the wrong way. So this right here is their to show their dominance. Yeah, the match started off awesome. It was so quick, I missed it multiple times. I had to watch over. Roderick Strong tried a running, standing front drop kick. Orange Cassidy ducked and put him in a crucifix. Then tried to finish it early with his jumping punch. But Roderick Strong dodged. Then he tried to roll him up for another pin. Then a couple more holds, and then several script strikes throughout the match. Roderick Strong did several big maneuvers and targeted Orange Cassidy's injured ribs, which he Roderick Strong. Another thing that showcased that he was going to win was in the weeks of this, he kept one by one attacking his best friends, whatever friends. So unfortunately, they couldn't interfere in the match, and he kept working on Orange Cassidy's ribs, ribs throughout the whole match, doing several big maneuvers in the match. Orange Cassidy kept trying to hulk up and come back, but it was no use. Right when he felt after
Orange Cassidy trying to set his job.
Right when he couldn't even do his beach blast maneuver. Right when he got up and looked like he was back into it, when he tried his final maneuver, which Roderick Strong gave him a stiff high knee, like Aiden and Sagat from Street Fighter. Then put him in a suplex into a backbreaker for the 1, 2, 3. Don't really care much for what happened afterwards. Afterwards, Red Dragon member Kyle O'Reilly made his return to AEW. And he embraced Roderick Strong but rejected an offer to join the Devil stable. So I don't know what this is about, nor do I really care. Kyle O'Reilly has been irrelevant to my wrestling world since 2017. It would take a whole lot for me to care about him ever again. Happy the Devil stable looks stronger and more badass and stronger than ever. But man, my boy Orange Cassidy lost, man. But this was an awesome match. Everyone played their role well, and Yeah, one of my babies for tuning into this pay-per-view and one of the best matches on this pay-per-view, alongside the Will Ospreay Francesco match. One of the matches coming next and the big main event. All right, I'm finished for now.
Jazz, you and I have the same thought. He was so close to the rope.
But as you know, it's now, it's easy for us to sit here, right? But when you're in the middle of the...
Hey everybody, it's now time for my review of the iconic Will Ospreay's debut, match debut at AEW Revolution 2024. Like I said, this is the real life superhero version. Like I said in the previous version, this is the review of that. This match, I won't mention much moves in this match because it was just way too much. It's just way too much to call. Will Ospreay, reviewing Will Ospreay matches are hard because there's so many spots in his match. But this match right here with Francesco was awesome. This was an awesome debut. I'm about to start the match right now, and I'll be standing reviewing. So yeah.
Because that's how arrogant Don Callis is.
They're not children, they're grown men. Yeah, as grown men, don't they deserve the respect of knowing who they're going to be facing? Shoulder lowered by
like I said, this was the most super awesome match of all time. I could barely call it. So I'm not going to mention most of the moves in the match. Going to mention most of the storyline, which is the storyline is the thing I like the most about this match. See, this has been the most interesting thing. Will Ospreay, since coming to AEW, Will Ospreay is part of the Don Callis family. He made his first appearance in AEW last year as a heel as part of the Don Callis family, and he's still a Don Callis family. But ever since signing with AEW, and even before AEW in Impact Wrestling last year, Will Ospreay, in his appearances, he's been acting as a babyface, even though he's part of the Don Callis family in this feud, in this match and feud with Francesco. He was acting like a babyface. The crowd were heavily foiled. And what's his name? See, he was acting like a babyface, despite the fact he's part of the Don Callis family. And this match did not disappoint. They started off with the traditional chain wrestling. Then both Francesco and Ospreay went to the stiff high-risk maneuvers. This and the Eddie Kingston and Daniel Bryan matches were New Japan strong style matches in an All Elite Wrestling promotion. In an American All Elite Wrestling promotion on an All Elite American Wrestling card. Everything else were traditional American style wrestling matches. This was a strong style. This was a strong style match with lots of high risk maneuvers and super stiff shots and elbows, which is what Ospreay, after multiple moves of the backward spinning elbow to a downed opponent on his knees to Francesco to win after this two embrace in Kali Fletcher, the Ring of Honor television champion, came out. And once again, it got even more confusing. At the end, you thought, okay, so because of this babyface match and babyface performance, is Will Ospreay going to turn on the Don Callis family here and decide to be his own man? That's what I'm thinking. But then Kali Fletcher come out, he embraces them, and then it gets even more weird. Next week, Kali Fletcher and Will Ospreay. I mean, not next week. Tomorrow, actually, Wednesday, they're gonna face each other on Dynamite. So this is gonna be interesting. Interesting to see where this goes. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't talk about much about this awesome match. But this was alongside the Sting's retirement match, the International Championship match, and the TNT Championship match. These made it worth tuning into the show. This was match of the night. We're happy Ospreay's in AEW. Can't wait to see where he goes from here, where this weird storyline with the Don Callis family goes. Yeah.
if I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, the rest of the pay-per-view and the Sting main event is coming next.
Working a lot on to catch the strike, and look at the length of his arm. There's certain things in sports, Shivani, you can't teach. You can't teach those genetics that the
Hey everybody. It's time now for my real life superhero review of the main event of AEW's Revolution 2024. This is the final part to my large AEW Revolution review and overview, match and show review. To see the previous portions, the links will be in the description box below, and if I forget to add them, they will be on my channel. This is the main event, Sting's retirement match. Sting and Darby Allin, the defending tag team champions, taking on the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson, the EVPs of AEW. AEW, man, was this a phenomenal match. Everyone played their roles right way. Yeah, I'm going to make my grand entrance on camera. For those of you who have seen, this is one of my first wrestling reviews like this, but for those of you who have seen my reviews of this, you know I start right here in the chair, and then I'll make my grand entrance standing, and I'll sit down and continue the rest of the review. This time the match will be played, but let me do something for a moment. I accidentally paused it on Sting's entrance. I don't want to get the copyright, so maybe what you call it.
Going out shots to the back of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson with those chairs. Nicholas set up a barricade here at the Greensboro Coliseum. Man, they're moving furniture around.
Yeah.
They're just moving into a new neighborhood.
AEW Revolution 2024 was a phenomenal pay-per-view. This was a phenomenal match. Man, this match was awesome. Like I said, everyone played their role. They started the show after the Young Bucks and Darby Allin made their entrance. Sting with his sons. Sting with his sons made their entrance. First, his sons made their entrance. I was like, what is this? I saw one of them was dressed as the Surfer Sting from the late 80s, early 90s, and the other was the awesome Wolfpack Sting from 1998 and briefly in Impact Wrestling in 2006. The Wolfpack Sting, it was awesome. It was awesome. Then the Sting, and Steve Gordon Sting himself made his appearance with the Metallica Search and Destroy, which I've not heard him use that since WCW 2000. WCW 2000, yeah. It was phenomenal. The crowd went electric, man. Yeah, the crowd was electric. They were the loudest for this. They were the loudest for this match, Orange Cassidy's match, and the opening TNT match, and Daniel Bryan's match with Kingston. They were the loudest for these, and it was awesome. And then, like I said before, I expected a traditional technical display in the beginning. No, this was a straight up fight, a drag 'em out brawl, a no holds barred fight. That's what this was. As soon as the match started, the first move of the match was a high risk maneuver, a suicide dive and an over the top rope maneuver onto the Young Bucks and fighting on the outside. Then one of the first big spots you saw in the match was Sting's sons doing double Stinger splashes after Sting did his signature Stinger splashes to the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks tried to mount an offense, but Sting no-sold it. One of the Young Bucks tried to give Sting, I think it was Matt Jackson, tried to give Sting an awesome body shot. But Sting no-sold it. It was awesome. And Sting threw one of them through some glass. That was also one of the first moves of the match. We get these devastating moves in the opening minutes of the match. Like before I continue with the spots and stuff, this match had it all. Action, drama, action, drama, action, this action, drama, storytelling, and unintentional comedy, and those 4 things are why we still watch professional wrestling as adults, knowing it's fixed, knowing it's not real, man. It's not real, man. Stuff like this, man. Stuff like this, man. Awesome match, awesome match, awesome match. But we continue. So it continued, and then later in the match, the Young Bucks superplex Sting off the ladder on the stage through a table. Now the table was there to break his fall, but that's dangerous. You're taking a spot like that at Sting's age. That is dangerous. You're taking spots like that. For Sting, you're taking spots like that. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, everyone went out, everyone played their role. Speaking of playing their roles, before I continue the spots, Ric Flair and Steve-O came out to be in Sting's corner, and Scotty Reeves of the American Males was in the crowd. Would have been cool to see Buff Bagwell here too, but Buff Bagwell doesn't like AEW. From an interview where he called, "I just don't get AEW," he criticized him. It was a shame because I wanted Impact in AEW to give Buff Bagwell a deal similar to Sting. Impact and now AEW never gave Buff the call to bring him back full time. So yeah, it was phenomenal, man. It was awesome. And then continuing, then there was a brutal spot where what's the guy's name? Oh yeah, Darby Allin put one of the Young Bucks. You got a couple of chairs, put a glass table on it, and put one of the Young Bucks on it, and Darby Allin did a swanton off the ladder like Jeff Hardy and completely missed when one of the Young Bucks moved the Young Bucks' brother out of the way. And that took Darby Allin out for the rest of the match. He had to wrestle Sting and to wrestle most of it. Sting had to wrestle most of it himself, his storyline-wise. Sting had to wrestle storyline-wise himself. When the Young Bucks, when the Young Bucks were about to, when the Young Bucks were becoming desperate and about to cheat, they tried to go for the tag team titles. Steamboat said, you ain't doing that. He hit one of the Young Bucks with the belts. Then later, when the Young Bucks got the advantage again and looked like Sting couldn't take no more, one of the most shocking and dramatic moments in the match was Flair. Flair standing up for Sting. Flair getting on top of Sting. Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, getting on top of Sting, shielding himself, saying, no more, it's finished. You're done. You won here. Get out of here. I won't let you do this. And the Young Bucks, awesome heels, pretend to be sympathetic, and they say, it's all right, man. That's all right, dude. They give Flair a super kick. Then they give Steamboat a double super kick off the apron in retaliation for what Steamboat did earlier. Then later in the match, they give Sting 2 V-triggers with taunting him. The second one saying, it was a pleasure doing business with you. 2 V-triggers, and Sting gets a long 2 count on the first one and a 1 count. The first time I've seen someone kick out of a signature or finisher on a 1 count, and Sting get his signature hulking up to the Young Bucks and no-sold all their moves and hit the Scorpion Death Drop on Matt Jackson. Nick Jackson made the save, and Darby Allin later woke up, pushed Nick Jackson off the top rope through a table, taking Nick Jackson out for the rest of the match, and Sting put Matt Jackson. First, he had Darby Allin do his Dead Sea Drop backwards splash maneuver. Then Sting followed it up with a Scorpion Deathlock, and Matt Jackson tapped out, and Sting and Darby Allin retain, and you're still your tag team champions. Yeah, like I said, makes towards Sting winning. No one wants to see Sting losing their final match, but I didn't want to see. But I really did want to see Young Bucks win those tag team titles. Those tag team titles come off of So I wonder how they're going to do that now. But I'm happy Sting won. Happy Sting retired on his own terms. He retired on his own terms. And he retired on the terms I wanted. Like I said, back in 2014, I wanted Sting to retire with Impact Wrestling. But a lot of fans, a lot of people, and Sting himself, he really wanted to give WWE a try. He really wanted to go and have that dream match with Undertaker, which never meant anything to me because Sting is better than the Undertaker. Undertaker's not in Sting's league. Sting is the real deal. Undertaker's a cartoon character. Well, a cartoon character than an action figure. That's what Undertaker is. To me, Sting is the real deal. They've wrestled before. They just weren't the characters we see nowadays.
With aluminum bat. Darby Allin shattered.
So that never made anything to me, but I supported it because that's what Sting wanted, and that's what the fans wanted. Him going to WWE trying to be the worst thing ever. Worst thing ever. Thanks to AEW, I forgot about it. Thanks to AEW and countless reviews of WCW, I forgot about Sting's horrible WWE run.
Well, they should be. This is.
But let's go back to AEW. Let's go to WWE. First, he jogs to Triple H. He jogs to Triple H at WrestleMania 31 in a wrestling-wise a good match, but storytelling in one of the worst matches of all time. The wrestling and stuff was built. The story, the reason they were fighting was terrible. Then the next one. Then Seth Rollins, a much better match. Sting is injured by Seth Rollins and his career is over just like that. He was over like happy he was able to rehab those injuries and come back to AEW and give us 3 to 4 awesome years. 3 to 4 awesome years in AEW, an awesome match, and he would retire on his own terms, a tag team champion and on my terms. I want Sting to live. I want Sting to live, die, and retire with Impact Wrestling. He will live, retire, and die now with AEW. The other true reincarnation of WCW, and just like Tony Schiavone and JR said at the end of this pay-per-view and match that Sting, even though his wrestling career is finished, he will always be part of the AEW family. He will always be part of the AEW team, just like he was in WCW. So yes, thank you, Stinger, for basically almost.
Great quick step by the icon Sting, getting out of harm's way, and look at this. Hand wrapped around the throat. There's the pissed off Sting. That's the anger of a father that saw his son beaten with bats. For the shape that Darby Allin's in, Sting, in a sense, may sound really stupid. He needs to win this thing quicker, sooner than later. Okay, he's not.
So that's a 29-plus career. Sting started his professional wrestling career in 1985. That is basically a 29 years in the business, Sting.
Well, guys, he's going to go down with a crash.
Almost 30 years in the business is Sting. And it is here. There were so many other matches I wanted to see. I wanted to see Sting and Punk, which they talk about, but because of Punk's attitude, we'll never get to see that. I wanted to see Sting wrestle Kenny Omega. We got to see the Young Bucks. I wanted him to wrestle Omega. I wanted him to wrestle Brian Cage, Wardlow, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, Jericho, Hardy again, Edge,
Sting fighting both men off, both these great young bucks.
Edge, and many more wrestlers, man. I want to see Sting wrestle, but all good things must come to an end. And his father just recently passed away, that was the news of one of the big but this match is already a match of the year candidate, and this feud is already a feud of the year. It's already feud of the year. This has been one of the best feuds in AEW. From the beginning to end, the EVP's Young Bucks heel turn and Sting's retirement angle and final opponents.
What are they planning
Yeah.
now? And yet, this is not the ending that I perceived it might be. Me neither.
No, there are card
Sting
prices.
next to
And
Booker
then
T,
there's this.
Goldberg, Diamond Dallas Page,
Sting making
Tommy
a
Dreamer,
point to
Rob
tell
Van Dam,
everybody
Kid Cash, and most of the ECW originals who are still alive and still around are some of the only old wrestlers who can still mix it up and fit in with today's generation without it looking stale,
Steamboat intervening.
without it looking stale and horrible. Who can fit in any wrestling era despite their age. So yeah, but all good things must come to an end. So yeah, this was a phenomenal pay-per-view. Once again, to see the original portions, the links will be in the description box below. If you want to hear the rest of the music and see the rest of my mannerisms, you turn the video off right now.
First turn for Sting.
The decades-long friendship between Ric Flair and Sting, he couldn't.